people are also inclined to do more traditional rituals as well. Even church often oppose the practice.
Benvenute e benvenuti a Senza mulini, storie di chiese plurali, che ogni 2 settimane vi porta in giro per il mondo a scoprire modi molteplici di vivere il cristianesimo. Il mio ospite di oggi è Fernando Lekinawa Costa, giornalista caporedattore di Neon Metin, che da Timor-Leste racconta com'è essere cristiane e cristiani in un paese a maggioranza cattolica, il cui cattolicesimo deriva dalla colonizzazione portoghese. Ci racconta qual è stato il ruolo del cristianesimo e del cattolicesimo in particolare durante la lotta per l'indipendenza che Timor-Leste ha raggiunto nel 2002, quanto sono importanti i servizi che la Chiesa cattolica offre per le persone che stanno più ai margini della società, in termini anche di assistenza appunto alle persone più in difficoltà, e quali sono le tematiche calde per quanto riguarda le chiese appunto timorensi. Ok, thank you again for being here. It's a pleasure to have you here in this project, in this newsletter Senza mulini. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And let's start with the first question. Could you introduce yourself by telling us who you are and where you live?
I'm Fernando Antonio da Costa, by nickname Ato, well known for Ato Lekinawa Costa. And I live in Dili, the capital city of Timor-Leste. I'm here as a chief editor of Neon Metin, an online news media.
Perfect. And from your perspective, what is it like being Christian in Timor-Leste? According to Warda, 87.78% of the population is Christian, mainly Catholics, 81%, and the second largest religious group is ethnic religionists, 7.6% of the population.
In my perspective, being a Christian in Timor-Leste, which is a predominant Catholic country, is about, for myself, is feeling being dominant, feeling being powerful, because you have like big population, many of us compared to other religion. So the feeling of being dominant, being powerful, it's what I got here. So my observation, being Catholic in this country is always looked after by the government. The government always pay attention to whatsoever bishops or priests or archbishop saying in relation to social life. And sometimes by being dominant, it become also like other religions feel it more marginal because of having like themselves inside a big population of Catholic believers.
Yes, thank you. Studies also show a strong presence of animist beliefs even among Christians. From your perspective, does religious syncretism impact culture and habits?
Yeah, it certainly does. It's always been like that for many, many years. It shapes both our spiritual practices in daily life, and it blends animist belief, Roman Catholicism, and also other influences. For example, politics of during our struggle for independence. The blending is most visible during celebration of certain festivals, prayers, rituals. For example, our traditional belief often include respect of ancestral spirits. Recently, during the All Souls Day, I don't know, do you have that in Italy as well? So we have to serve some food where we believe that the one that already passed away, our family relative that already passed away, will come and eat the food before, and we leave that and with the burning candles, saying prayers, and betel nuts and so on. Then we think that they will come and will have the food. After them, we'll eat the food. And also an example of, for example, putting fetus of a born baby into the high up of the tree. So when a child was born, the fetus is kept in the high up of a tree. So when the child got sick, it will believe that, oh, maybe because of the fetus is something happened, and then they have to move it or doing something with it. So we have that type of belief. Even like in land, empty land, where you have a lot of trees and nothing is there, and we believe that maybe the land is being haunted or being spiritually possessed by other beings. So Catholics will go and put the cross in the land. So we'll make like a big cross, and then the land become like a sacred land. People will go pray, burn candles, and something like that. Even like during our struggle for independence, which I also do, and many of Timorese do, we believe that combining the traditional belief like magic and prayer will make you strong and will make you get like a bulletproof. So when you got shot, you'll not die. So we have that type of belief. Even until today, we still have some groups are blending the two, the Catholic teaching and traditional belief. We have groups. It seems like a sect group, like by numbers, 3 or 5 like 333, 555, or 777, or 77, or all these things are exist, still until today.
This is super interesting. Here in Italy, we have also All Saints' Day. And it's a big feast, no people go to work and so on. But we have a strong process of secularization of religion and Christianity in particular. And so it's a lot disconnected from the physical part of it. So yes, we go to the church and stop. We don't have strong traditions spread all over the country. We have strong tradition in some part of the country. So there are very different depending on the region of Italy where they are born and where they're still being practiced. I wanted to ask you a thing about the history of Timor-Leste and Christianity together. So Catholicism arrived in Timor-Leste through Portuguese colonization. And can you tell us how this religion was introduced and spread in the country? And does this historical path influence how the religion is perceived today?
Yeah, it's well, first I think Portuguese arrived come with trading, like trading specialists, because of the route of spice trading goes through Malacca, some part of the Southeast Asian, and then also pass to Timor, because Timor is very popular with sandalwood. I don't know if you know sandalwood, the tree that's used for perfumes and so on. And so they decided to buy the sandalwood from the people and selling. First, it's only trading. And then at the later stage, I think that was around 15th or 16th centuries. At the later stage, they decided to stay. So that's where here we say the combination of traders, cross, and sword. So that's the combination of the three. So cross is what they come to spread Catholicism, and the sword is come to rule the country with all the weapons, and that's how it stands for. And first, first when it comes, it's not like in some part it's really very welcoming. They accept them and easily converted into Christians or Catholics. But also in some other parts, they are not really welcoming because especially after 100 or over 100 years being in country, Portugal here in Timor, after sometimes in the 16th centuries, they established the government and asking people to pay taxes. And they don't know who can pay tax and who cannot pay tax. So the Portuguese don't know who is who with the age limit to pay taxes. So what they do is they convert people. So when people go to get baptized, get their name, the name also always Portuguese name, or they call saints, name of saints. So if you don't have that name, you will be labeled as Gentile. So you need to have Portuguese name or saint's name, or if you don't have that, you're not Catholics. So even like if I come, for example, I have my revolutionary name as a Lekinawa. I want to baptize as a Lekinawa. No, they are not allowed. You either choose to be Fernando, Antonio, or Jose, or Elisa. You have to choose all the saints' name. Then you can be Catholics. By baptizing people, allow people to have a certificate, a baptism certificate. When you have baptism certificate, they will give you like what years you were born, so they can calculate whether you can pay tax or not. But oftentimes they will put the high age number so they can collect tax from you. So that's the practice that happened in the past. And in some part of Timor, it was not well received because even, for example, in few places, priests from Portugal got killed by the local people because they are not accepting the teaching. Because there's a combine of teaching and concurring. So these two combinations are not well accepted. And there's some in certain parts of the country it caused war against Portuguese occupation, and also the teaching, the Catholic teaching also destroyed lots of ritual, traditional ritual places. Like here we call Umalulik. Umalulik is a sacred house of people with traditional belief, indigenous belief. So they also destroyed many of them. They said that if you are not Catholicized, you'll be able. You are able, so you need to be Catholicized. So to become angels or to become something that accepted by God. So that's happened many years, and Catholics also try very much in reconciling the two. Because here, a priest, we call it amululik. Like in, I don't know, in Italy, what do you call priest in Italy?
No, we call it or priest, or we use a word which is don and then the name, which is more or less like father. It's not the same, but it's similar.
Okay. Here we use our term. They actually colonized our local language and use it as call it amululik. Amu means a dawn, and lulik means sacred dawn. So it cannot be touched. Dawn never wrong. Always right. Don't have to be served first for everything. So that's what what they do, and it has a big influence in the country, especially during 18th century, 19th century, and also it continues to have a big influence even until today.
I wanted to ask you a thing. Because of this colonial history of the Christianity, is there now a movement or a trend that push people, Timor-Leste people, to go back to the native religions and in some way leaving the church because it's seen like an imported religion, or it's not a common and usual thing?
Church is changing. I mean, the way Catholicism performed now is not very much the same as many years back. Still some level of conservatism, but there are many changes. You can go to the have baptism without having like changing your baby's name or your child's name anymore. They don't question that much, and they don't even strict with the dress code in the church. Before, you're not allowed to wear short. You are for women's need to cover the head and so on in the past and so on. Now it's a lot of changing take place, but also a growing traditional belief, because we are having more freedom to practice our belief. People are also inclined to do more traditional rituals as well. Even church often oppose that the practice. For example, there has been a viral on Facebook here, where a priest say that All Souls Day is not about going to the cemetery, putting flower in the cemetery, or doing a traditional ritual thing. It's not about that. It's about God and so on. But then a lot of critics also against that, because people always think that's what they believe, and they want to continue practice. Here on the 1st of November or 2nd of November, the capital city will be quite empty. Everybody going out to their hometown and their sacred house to do offerings and ceremonies. So it's a good combination. Catholics try to transform itself, but also traditional belief is getting more stronger as well.
Yes, of course. And during the struggle for independence from Indonesia that was gained in 2002, what role did the Catholic Church play? You tell us before that Catholicism was a strong part of the struggle for independence. And what was the influence of the Church during the transition to independence?
Well, at the beginning, it's a bit hard, because the strong political party that fighting for independence, which is Fretilin. Fretilin stands for Frente Revolucionario Timor-Leste Independente. So that's a revolutionary front being seen as a communist movement. So first is a little bit difficult with very little understanding about communism in the country. It became like something that Catholic doesn't want to hear, especially those who are really conservatives and not really knows about what communism is. But at a later stage, it changed, because it became clear that what we fight for is not about Catholics or being Catholics or about being other religions, but being oppressed as a people. I think at the latest 80s or something like that, we have strong like Catholic support. Bishops being recorded a report about human rights abuses and so on, and bishops, priests being protected, our movement, even like taking care of those kids that are their parents are joining the guerrilla fighters in the jungle. They are taking care of the children. when in our time, when we go for protests against Indonesia occupations, sometimes we got arrested. Many got killed and disappeared. We got protected by the church. We have visit from the church, bishops as well. So it's a really, I mean, Catholic is really taking strong stance for that. Even within the Catholic Church organization, the independence movement try to organize itself in a way that with the protection of the church. So that's where I think the culmination of that is when the Bishop Bello, our bishop that I mean, later on he was convicted by the Vatican of being committing sexual abuse, and but he was then received a Nobel Peace Prize from what the church did during the struggle for independence. So it has very strong influence in the country. It even recognized in our constitutions as in the preamble of our constitution as one that taking active role in promoting our independence struggle. Yeah.
And what's its role today on Timor-Leste society? Does the issue emerging from Vatican discussions resonate in Timor-Leste? In September 2024, Pope Francis visited Dili during his apostolic journey, and we connected for this big part of its journey. And was his visit expected by Timorese population? Has had a role in the society?
The Catholic influence in Timor-Leste is always strong, and it can influence political decisions in the government, and also things that discussed in Vaticans are like coming through and talked by spread by church, by priests, nuns, and all of that are there. I mean, since this has been connections and networks that we are having with Vaticans so far, and also we have agreement. I think it's named Concordata, the agreement to Charles with the state, where we have a presence of Vatican representative in the country, and even like with the support of government funding as well in its operation and so on. So we have that here, and the issue that happened with the Pope visit. So this is a second visit that we have. We have one first visit in 1989, and second visit recently. It has been people's dream to have a Pope visit, and the recent one has been seen as they been like dreaming and missing somebody from Vatican's to come, and especially Pope to pay visit. And here we call it Santo Padre. So it's Santo Padre's visit is the most talk that we are being hearing, and also they are eagerly prepared, and you can see in the publication in media how people pour into the street to participate, and it has big influence. Now the discussions, the message from the Pope, that's something else that also coming through, because we have a mixed feelings about that. We because when Pope came, the issues that been brought up or the message on reconciliations, healings, that's I mean, talked through by the Pope, forgiveness, peace, and justice. All that things are being here by the people, and also spread through our Catholic churches in Timor-Leste. And also issue about Catholic being a culture, an identity of the country. That's a very strong one, and it was a mixed message that I think it has impact both positively and negatively. That when the end of the message, I think one of the journalists tried to confirm with the Pope during Pope's travel back, is about when the Pope said Timorese people need to be careful with crocodile in your coast, because when crocodile bite, it's hard to release the bite. So we have to be careful with that. So that's become discussions. Now, the points that people always spread and talk through is about who's the crocodile and who's going to bite us, who's this crocodile. And this has become like a jargon that also have negative connotations. The crocodile being the other religions, the crocodile being other people from other country, crocodiles being other nations, or who. Even like when traveled back, Pope did not give a very good response on this one. So now whatever comes, the idea that oppose the church teaching, you'll be labeled as a crocodile. So this one is still alive here, and for me it's a bit concerned, because it can be used for many different purpose. But aside from that, the meeting with the young people, it's a very good one. The Pope was asking young people to make how do you call it? He said barulho. Barulho. I don't know in Italy, like make noise. Young people to make noise. So I think what he said, he wants not young people not just stay silently on things that they are not disagree. But we have all of that, the issue, gender equality, and so on. But another sensitive issues not discussed is about the sexual violence, sexual abuse in the church, and that's not openly discussed. I mean, it's not openly come through the message of the Pope. And I was actually like looking for that come out openly and say the church committed that. Since we have the case of where our media covering about the sexual abuse, sexual violence, rapes, and that happened in one of the priests from United States, Richard Dasbach, is very. He was later on in prison for 12 years. We are like really advocate for that case. That nothing say about it, and also another case is on Bishop Bello case, which is, I mean, it's been like keeping hiding, not talk out publicly here by even in the Catholic Church and also in public. Yeah, nobody report about the case. We only report once, but then we've been labeled with different word. For example, the case of the priest, Neon Metin, my media have been labeled as a communist, anti-Catholics, and getting money from outside to support. I mean, because we want the priest to go to prison and so on. So that's we don't hear that clearly from the Pope. I mean, it's our actually our hope that Pope will say something on that, but we don't have that. But on the other side, in general, people are really enthusiastic and really showing high spirit, and also really thanks to the Pope who managed to come to Timor in his age.
Thank you. We have a couple of minutes left, so I wanted to ask you just a very quick question. How are the parish and Christian communities organized in Timor-Leste? What's the role of lay people? Here in Italy, we have a huge discussion about the role of clergy people that are less and less during the years, and lay people that want to be part of their church and have also leadership roles.
Yeah, we have, I think it's growing strong, the role of lay people here as the ministers, as the leaders, helping with the church activities, catechists, youth leaders, choir members, community organizers. I think they are very active, and even like doing social outreach or family visits, and helping the poor, the vulnerable one. They are really active. My mother herself is now lately he was not that active anymore because of her health. But then she's been the one that helping out, reach out to the poor through the church. Yeah, I think lay people play a very, very, very important role, because the concern that we have with the church in the past, they are more into saving the soul, not saving the body. But people are hungry, people are sick, elderly population need to be served. They can't go to church because it's too far, or not strong enough to walk. The disabled people cannot. I mean, church is not accessible for them, and so on. So these people are being they cannot. You cannot, if you can't sell. You cannot, if you can't save their body. You forget about their soul. So now I think I see a slight change in that. The church is more into looking into this case, and I see other Christians are being other type of Christians being flourish, because first they look after the body. they go visit people. If you don't have a good house, or I mean a proper house to live in, they will support you to build a house. If you don't have money to send your school to university level education, they will provide you money to support that. And we Catholics are not doing good enough in that aspect. Even like if you have Catholic schools, it's very expensive. Our education is free, but then if you want to go through Catholic education, then you have to pay more. And people know that only Catholic education can provide good education. So we have that history in the past where all the schools are built by missionaries, and the missionaries are the one that provide good teaching, and many good leaders are coming out missionaries. But then now it become more and more expensive, and if you're coming from the poor family, it's very hard for them to get into those schools. And lay people, I guess, that the work that they do, but I don't think they get much support for what they are doing. I mean, for a poor country like Timor-Leste, where job is very scarce, and you get lay people to do all that work, and they need to be supported, and these things need to be discussed. I mean, even in Vatican, they need to think of more about them, because they play vital roles in terms of doing the teaching, and even like holding the flag of Catholics everywhere, and they are the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very important. I thank you so much for your time, for your availability, and it was a pleasure hearing from you.
Thank you very much, Elisa.
Grazie per aver ascoltato fino a qui. Questa è Senza mulini, storie di chiese plurali. Ci rivediamo tra 2 settimane per una nuova esplorazione di come vivere il cristianesimo in giro per il mondo.